It's passion, it's hatred, it's spirit, it's rivalry. It goes by many names, but the one that everyone rallies behind is the Holy War. And a BCS spot is on the line for either side. BYU, number 17 in the country, trying to make it to a BCS Bowl for the first time since 2019. Meanwhile, Utah trying to make it to the BCS championship game for the first time. Both teams looking to cap off great seasons tonight with a win over their hated rival. I'm Type Joy 101 here with Danny V in the snow from Provo, Utah, Lavelle Edwards Stadium, as Utah plays BYU. Here we have the color rush. BYU in all blue, Utah in all red. We've actually seen Utah earlier this season. They beat Oregon in a dominant fashion. They are now currently your favorites in the upcoming Pac-12 championship. And a great run there. Join us on the next show. Coming Monday, we got a lot to talk about. We'll talk about the FCS playoffs, as well as our Heisman Trophy finalists. As we already have a... Who called the timeout? Because it's not an injury time. I don't know what happened there. On 2nd and 9. Good catch. First down to midfield. A blanket of snow covers Provo, Utah this fine evening. And with the final week of the regular season, with tomorrow being the first day of December, with this blanketed snowfall, both teams calling audibles at the same time here. Wait, they're mirrored. That was a strange series of events. But as I was saying, with all these factors coming together, it's clear. The holidays are upon us. Thanksgiving passed this week. We had some great games on Thursday, Friday, and today. And this Big 12, Pac-12 showdown to cap the year. Our final stream before the conference championship marathons coming this Saturday. We'll be splitting them up into 2 parts on the Saturday stream. We also have a couple games on Friday. There's an incompletion, and BYU will have to sound out the punt team. We'll go through the schedule because we already know some of the teams who... You already have the entire slate of conference championship games decided. The kick is away, and it will go out of bounds. In comes the number 2 team in the country, the Utah Utes. A win here, primarily for bragging rights. The team is still projected to make the national championship, even if they lose tonight. It's that conference championship, though, you gotta win. It's the most important game on your schedule when you make it there. Start with our Friday games. The American Athletic Conference Championship, Charlotte and Delaware will be playing each other. Also on Friday, Rice Southern Miss in the Conference USA Championship. The SoCon Championship is that day with James Madison in their final bout. They'll be against Chattanooga. And we cap with the Pac-12 Championship. Utah going to have a short week as they take on Arizona. the handoff, and then some for a first down. On Saturday, we have 2 chunks. We'll be splitting the power and non-power games apart. We start with the MAC championship on Saturday. Good short pass there. That it will be Miami, Ohio, and Northern Illinois playing against each other. Then the Missouri Valley, Southern Illinois, and North Dakota State, both teams with 10 wins. Also that day, also in that bundle, the Southland Championship, Hardin-Simmons and West Texas A&M playing each other one more time under the Southland banner before they both pack up for the WAC. And how about Arkansas State with a win over Louisiana Tech? They're now 10-2, only their second 10-win season in team history. They'll take on Appalachian State in their first conference season in the Sun Belt. On Saturday, we have all the big games that you're waiting for, or at least the second stream on Saturday. We have two Saturday blocks. ACC Championship, 2 10-2 teams. Wake Forest, after their loss to Duke, they're already cemented in the Atlantic Coast Conference Championship. They'll take on Georgia Tech in their first year. As here's a bomb to the end zone. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of the defensive back. Also Saturday, Big East Championship. Temple now locked in to play Cincinnati. Cincy salivating at the chance to potentially take the place of either Michigan or Utah should either of them fall in the conference championship. Because if Cincy were to win, and either Michigan and Utah were to lose, only one of them would likely make it in. I think the most likely path for Cincinnati is if Utah were to lose tonight and win the championship, and if Cincy was to win their own conference championship. I think the Bearcats would sneak into the number 2. Third and 11. Incomplete, but there's a flag. A roughing the passer penalty on BYU. That is not going to sit well. They'll set up at the 15-yard line. Gonna air it to the end zone. Almost intercepted again. Also on Saturday, continuing the slate, Michigan, number 1 in the country. They're getting Indiana in a rematch of 2021, the 2KU's first championship game in the Big Ten. IU won that one. Here's a good run to the 7-yard line, give or take. But then from there, the Big 12 championship. Locked in. BYU, unfortunately, will miss out on that. They were out on tiebreakers at the hands of Kansas State, who are your division winners in the North. They get Oklahoma State, who are making their 3rd straight Big 12 championship appearance. The SEC championship, Tulane of the SEC. They are 11-1, I believe. They got the win over LSU this week. They get to take on Auburn, who won the Iron Bowl and benefited from a Vandy loss to make their spot. Trying to get back to the BCS. This is also on Saturday. We also have the Mountain West. An undefeated San Jose State takes on 9-3 Boise State in the Broncos' final year in the Mountain West. And we end the slate with the WAC Championship. La Tech at 10-2 and 11-1 Hawaii, as there's a touchdown Utah. A bit of a blurb about Utah. Of course, they started their history in the WAC. Moved with BYU to form the Mountain West in 1999. And Utah, BYU, and TCU, connect your controller, are all tied all-time for conference championships in the Mountain West. With a combined 15, 5 a pop, Utah won their 5th in 2023, their last season before joining the Pac-12. Danny? Technical difficulties, apologies. As they'll kick it away. If you remember the Utah-Oregon game, that game began with Oregon fumbling the kickoff and Utah recovered for a swift 6. Throw to the sideline. Good catch out of bounds. If only we saw it. Danny? All right, score still 7-0. Gonna throw it up there. Has a man open on a sideline. We can see first down. Gonna air it out. Has a man open to the 31-yard line. I think Danny might have dozed off on us here. On play action. The pressure's coming. He'll throw it just all the way back there. Almost intercepted. We do have some technical difficulties. The controller isn't connecting.
Yep. Can you just go to like a quick black screen? So we'll be right back.
Technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Restarting console.
I mean, the game's still going. That's incomplete. It'll be 4th and 3. Black screen's up. They're going to try a field goal here. We'll never know how that goes as we're restarting. Did the controller run out of batteries? In the meantime, do something I gotta do. Console restarted. I think we're coming back here in a second. Let me. Very quickly.
I change the batteries.
Yeah, I figured about as such.
Should I go?
Give me a second. Let me get the volume back up. All right, I think we should be good to continue. Field goal on the way, and it's through. After technical difficulties, we are back. It's 7-3 from Provo.
The return from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And the Utah offense takes the field. Great possession last time. They punched it into the end zone. And the defense come up with a stop this time.
Gonna throw over the middle.
And he's got it.
First down.
Made after a big gain.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
On 1st and 10. Slot throw. Gets 4 yards as Utah trying to go up by, I would say, 11 with the with another touchdown, at least 7 with a field goal here.
Important second down play coming up. Back to pass. It's Wilson.
With all day, he'll run it.
And the senior able to make the stop after a short game. And the player is down.
And there's 2 injuries, I believe.
We'll take a timeout or they check him out.
It's here's 3rd and 5.
Sets the formation. It's 3rd down. And the quarterback dropping back.
Onto the sideline. That's the first down they were looking for.
First down pickup, tackled at the 45.
Well, when you play zone defense on 3rd down and you don't get pressure from your
I don't know what that means. The hand gesture. I guess it's supposed to look like a Y.
Get the first down. Not surprised at all that they're able to convert.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Snags the quick throw.
Good throw. 8-yard gain. 2nd and 2 now.
2nd and 2.
Now the receiver does all the work here. Man, that is easy living for this quarterback. Really good footwork by the receiver. Gets the separation. And at that point, it's just pitch and catch for the quarterback.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. There's the snap. They'll set up
2nd down and 2.
And he's got his man open downfield.
Finds a man. Timeout. Because we're already at halftime.
Clearly, everything seems to be working. The coordinator is calling good plays. The quarterback and the rest of his receivers and running backs are executing. And frankly, this defense is showing almost no resistance.
Good catch.
Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Time ticking away. Time for just one more play before halftime. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half. So on second down, they'll try out the field goal unit, trying to get 3 before halftime.
The field goal is up and through. It'll be 10-7.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Up and through. And the number 2 Utes hold the 7-point lead. With all of 1 second remaining in the half.
So here's the kickoff.
Let's say if they even try to return the kick.
On a little bit of momentum before the halftime break. He'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. The coverage team brings him down on the final play of this first half.
At halftime, it'll be 10-3. The Utes hold the lead.
Guys, between the coaches who have matched wits in this game and the players and the unforgettable moments, BYU Utah is must-see TV, and today is no different. And it's been said football is a game of inches, and guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in pack. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. With that, let's send it back to our guys in the booth to see how the battle between Utah and BYU plays out.
We're back to the Holy War. Second half, Utah is the one who gets the ball first.
Utah offense takes the field.
As I was saying earlier, right now, it really feels like a 3-horse race for the national championship between Michigan, Utah, and Cincinnati on the outside. But there are some other teams to consider, of course. Tulane. They are an 11-1 SEC team for sure, though their resume doesn't exactly compare to that of Cincinnati or Utah or Michigan. But you also have to look at those 2 undefeateds in the Power 5, should they both hold their records, as well as chaos happens above them. San Jose State, they have a pretty good resume. Air Force, with wins over Air Force and Boise State. Should they win the championship, they'll have a second win over the Broncos.
Manageable here from the 25-yard line. Looking to pass.
Meanwhile, Rice has been dominant in every game they've played. They get Southern Miss in the Conference Championship. And that 0 is extremely valuable.
Taking care of this quarterback. They do it again here on third down, working with that lead. You know the pressure's coming, and they deliver.
The Utes starting a new series here on 1st and 10. They'll run it here. Runs right over the defender. And the runner brought down right at the 38-yard line.
It's a good, solid game, 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
The game makes it 2nd and medium. It's an option look. Doesn't even get the pitch up before they bring
On the option.
Oh.
Welcome to the we are live. So welcome to the
recording.
stream.
Talking about some football?
Yeah, we're streaming a game right now. 2KU, BYU, Utah.
backed up a long way to go for a first down.
Oh my God.
On 3rd and 9.
And
For it on 3rd down. Running back grabs it on the screen.
Just make sure not to swear. This is a family-friendly channel. But
Man, really good job here by
we're on 4th and 10 right now. Utah about to punt. They are up 10-3.
tackle short of the first down.
I still cannot believe we
The
beat
Utes will
Ohio
have to
State.
kick this away.
I'm so
Unreal.
shocked. Oh,
It was pretty funny though.
It was
Now
quite.
Penn State is in.
That was the funniest outcome that could have happened.
The funniest outcome is if Penn State lost, and that would put Indiana in.
Yeah, but honestly, whatever happened was a cherry on top. Indiana wouldn't have.
Oh, he's intercepted!
Intercepted.
Going the other way. Utah's got it. This is the first time we're actually seeing you. This is iCloud Bots on YouTube. Go ahead, plug yourself.
So,
And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
what you call it? What's about it? Yeah. As we're Dane Davis Warren, he's terrible, dude.
Now the offense is set up with a short field.
Oh my god, he might be the worst quarterback I've ever seen. Honestly.
Who for? I forgot. On 1st and 10, quarterback keeper. And a game of about 8.
Oh, the read option here. The quarterback keeps it. I thought he was going to get out and maybe take this downfield for big yards. The defense very fortunate to keep him to a shorter gain.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Play action fake. Looking to throw.
Gonna air it over the middle. Has a man open. Touchdown, Utah.
Touchdown, Utah. So the offense flexing here, and stretching their lead here in the second half.
Now that touchdown gives you
Yeah,
a little
we
bit
wanna
more
look at
breathing
more
room.
scores.
Now it's up to your own defense to help preserve that lead.
For some 2KU context, Utah already locked into the Pac-12 championship. They're gonna play Arizona here.
In this or this? Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, this year Pac-12 doesn't have a championship. Asterisk.
Right.
Utah has a natty spot on the line,
Oh, you still have it. Pac-12.
and then some. They're expanding next season.
Add to the lead now with a PAT.
All right. I'll go over some real life scores today.
Point to their lead.
Colorado beating the bones out of
Team on the field now.
Oklahoma State, 52-0. That was yesterday.
He's going to bring
How about that Georgia Tech game last night? That was insane.
Oh yeah.
So the BYU offense comes back out onto the field.
All right.
This quarterback can bounce back on the last possession. A pick.
Tennessee
Very first
beat
play.
beat
From the shotgun, it's a
beat
handoff.
Diego Poverty in the Vandy.
We weren't in They weren't in Alabama, so
Diego Poverty. Yep.
There's just something satisfying about
Michigan, of course. I like what this Vandy team could be in the future.
Michigan stuns the college football nation. Beats number 2 Ohio State. South Carolina takes down the Taters.
Clemson Taters.
Illinois beats Northwestern.
Second down after that run on the
Arizona State beats the Bludgeons. Arizona 49-7.
What is that? What's the Big 12 title game then? Is that Colorado, Arizona State?
No, I think Colorado. They lost to Kansas.
Oh, they did. So it's BYU, Arizona State, right?
I think so.
I don't know.
Ooh,
Check.
that's fun. That sounds like fun.
Syracuse upsetting Miami.
Oh, big catch for a first down. BYU in Utah territory.
SMU likely ACC champs and a first round bye in their first year in the ACC.
There are people claim they bought their way to the ACC, but
But still, this is still an impressive statement.
nonetheless, that'll be the end of the third quarter after 17-3 Utah.
38 to 6 over Cal. Bama beats the Barn 28-14. Penn State throttles Maryland 44-7.
Unfunny.
Notre Dame hangs on against USC 49-35 in a high-scoring game.
I can't wait to watch Penn State beat Oregon on this.
No, wait. I think it's going to be I think Arizona State and Iowa State probably.
Iowa State? I thought BYU had the tiebreaker.
Oh, did they play?
I think they did.
No, they haven't played yet.
Oh.
They play later against Houston.
Oh. Almost a pick there. 3rd and 9 now for BYU. For context of the season, technically this doesn't have any implications on the championship. BYU out on tiebreakers in the Big 12 North to Kansas State. Utah, they're already locked into the Big 12 or the Pac-12 championship. So this is all for pride. Though there is some other implications. Utah, of course, trying to stay unbeaten. The FBS championship, they're trying to get there. Meanwhile, Utah, or BYU rather, has BCS stake on the line. Should they win a 10th game, they might be in consideration for that.
And Missouri holds on against the
Arkansas.
Yep, Arkansas. That's what I call them too.
America, explain. What do you mean, Arkansas?
Arkansas is what I call them.
Right side handoff, trucking his way to the 5-yard line.
And Indiana is absolutely dismantling Purdue in third. 45 minutes on the board, and they need them in a hurry. Nothing, no surprise there. Purdue's
not very good.
Very good.
3rd and 3 here from the 5.
And Texas is up on A&M
Look for the first touchdown of the day. Incomplete.
Nothing.
17 zip on a A&M. Iowa State up on Kansas State at half, 24-14. Oregon up on Washington, 28-14. And UN.
Good IRL updates to the end zone. Touchdown, BYU.
Yep. Joey, give me the word and I can make the game even.
We got time. I think we have time.
Oh, we have three timeouts, yeah.
I got Tim.
Chase?
Yeah, so
Technically not our guy.
UNLV up on Nevada 24-7 at half, and then BYU and Houston, that kicks off at 10-15.
All right.
Looks like they got the ruling on the field right the first time.
They reviewed it and then unreviewed it. Good to know. Kick is up and good. It's now within 7.
Did I hate Notre Dame with my cuts this year? They don't deserve to be a playoff team. Join a damn conference.
Notre Dame, I don't like Notre Dame because they ruin all the fun. Like, y'all couldn't let Army win? Come on.
Dude,
Couldn't let Nevy win? Nevy?
Who they beat? You lost at
Lost to NIU.
Lost at NIU, and you beat two service academies.
Who have better resumes than you.
Join a conference. Like, Jesus Christ.
Don't say his name in vain.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. The offense with some pre-snap eye candy. And of course, they'll work the clock here, keep it on the ground. And the runner brought down after just a short gain.
All right, here comes 3rd and 3.
This is basically your ball game right here.
So the offense faces a 3rd and manageable here from the 25-yard line. So the clock stops as we head into the final
2-minute warning. That does give BYU some much needed clock. But with only 2 minutes to go. As we've learned in the Iowa-Ohio State game, this computer's not great at clock management. As they'll hand it off, he's stuffed. Or Utah gets a timeout, 17-10.
Okay, they're on their own end still.
Punts away.
And Keck punts away, and they're in good field position.
It's not a long distance to go to try and tie it here. Is number 2 on the ropes here? Gonna throw over the middle. Did he get that?
Yeah, now remember now the old rules go back into play with the clock stopping on first down until the change of that.
Wide receiver to lay out and come up with that completion for positive yards.
It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense.
5 wide. Has been over the middle. Can he get to the line? No, he's short. But BYU still with 2 timeouts. They're gonna show the mascot. They're gonna show the stadium. Maybe they're gonna show the replay. Here's the replay.
The quarterback's got to continue to make good decisions and not put the ball in harm's way.
They'll crank up the tempo here on 2nd down. The time is running out.
It is fair. You don't want to give the Utes too much time. We had 2 off-stream games go to overtime.
What happened to Purdue?
IRL or in 2KU? Because in 2KU, it's not really that much impressive. They finished 5 and 7. IRL, they went to.
The end zone is dropped.
Oh, couldn't hang on.
Cole actually looks like Zach Wilson.
Kind of does. I feel like all BYU quarterbacks look kind of the same.
Damn.
Maybe it's the same guy they keep having come in.
Then they're probably going to be dead in the league. And he's sacked.
Big sack. They're not calling their timeout. 3rd and 23.
Matt Eberflus is now
New job at BYU.
Wait, let's see who this
Tick,
BYU
tick, tick.
coach really is. Look at that clock. 30 seconds. Will he even get 2 plays?
Snap. The pressure's coming. He sheds 2 sackers and he'll get it out of bounds. Could have been disastrous.
Oh, Chris, the quarterback and receiver just not quite on the same page there on that 3rd down and long. But at this point in the game,
Get rid of it. 20 seconds to go. 4th and 23.
Miracle. You still have a timeout.
They need a miracle in the Holy War. Gonna air it.
Oh,
Incomplete. No flags. And that will be it. The Utah Utes remain undefeated as the clock expires in Provo. 17-10 your final. And Utah will ride into Los Angeles with a perfect regular season. So now everything is set. We have played every single regular season game to this point. Next week we have a huge multi-day marathon of the conference championship games. Quick rundown for Jet because he's new on stream of the big conferences at least. ACC, Wake Forest and Georgia Tech are playing. This is Tech's first season after switching from the SEC to the ACC. Temple and Cincinnati play in the Big East Championship. The Bearcats are likely going to be that team chosen should Michigan or Utah fall. Speaking of Michigan, undefeated on the year. They're your number 1. They get Indiana, who slipped in with Ohio State's loss to the Wolverines and have tiebreakers over Iowa. Big 12 Championship is set. Kansas State is 10-2. They get the 10-2 Oklahoma State Cowboys, who are playing in their 3rd straight championship. They've still yet to win in the last 10 years. Can this be the time where they break their bad luck? Utah, of course, just played here. They get Arizona, who finished 9-3. Tulane, in a chaotic SEC, finishes 11-1. They get Auburn in the SEC title game. And we have two other teams to watch in the Mountain West and Conference USA. San Jose State and Rice, respectively, are both undefeated. Should either of them win, they are favored in their respective championships against Boise State and Southern Miss. Should either of them win, they'll be headed to the BCS. That's all for us tonight. We'll be going in more detail on these scenarios on Monday night with the 2KU Weekly Podcast. And don't forget to tune in on Friday and Saturday for the two big stream marathons, as well as the Monday show. That's going to be it for us tonight here. Thank you all so much for watching, and so long from the 2KU